Dick, would you concede that you've got 3 matches to save your team from relegation?
No, we have 5 matches.
You said a few weeks ago that the next 3, you don't want to leave it until the last 2.
But that's something differently.
How important then are these?
Yeah, that's a good question. We know the last 2 is difficult, but there's no reason to think already on that kind of games. So in principle, the next three games you have to get the points. But then still we can do something against Arsenal and Chelsea.
Have you set a target, a points target for the next 3 games?
I think what I said before, we have to see it game by game and try to get the points the next game, and that's tomorrow.
Do you take positive vibes from it because you played well last weekend, you only got a point? It's the form of other teams like Hull and Leicester that are making things difficult for you?
No, I did not expect the results from some clubs, but okay, that's happened. And there's also no need to look so much to other clubs. We have to do it by ourselves. We have to get the points by ourselves. And again, at the end, we know on which position we are. So there's no reason also to be concerned now already. No, we have to face tomorrow Southampton and give them a really hard time and get the points. That's all what counts. How is not so important.
I know you weren't here at the time, but it was 8-0 earlier in the season. How important is it that the team don't capitulate, that they don't have that in their minds going into the game?
No, I will tell you that will not happen. Tomorrow, definitely not. That will be a totally different game.
Do you think you need 3 points tomorrow?
Yeah. But again, if you feel that you cannot get more than a point, then you have to take the point. As a player, you feel that. Say last week against Stoke City, the first 30 minutes we were a better team, but the last 15 minutes Stoke took everything again a little bit under control because we played far too wide. The half of the team wanted to score 2-1, and the other half wanted to protect the 1-1. Then you have to realize what is important and what can we get. That's what they still have to learn.
The team played so well against Newcastle, a terrific atmosphere in the stadium, and then we saw what happened against Crystal Palace just afterwards. How do you explain that, and how do you try and make sure that doesn't happen this weekend?
Yeah, I don't think that it happened. I noticed that well against Crystal Palace, and I can understand that. But that started already much more in the early season, that with the results were not that good, etc., etc. And that will go on, because if we tomorrow don't have the result, our fans will go out as well. But again, the way they treated us against Stoke City was brilliant. And hopefully they still realize that we really need them, because that can give us an extra stimulus, and they did it away at Stoke. But hopefully they do it tomorrow as well.
It's new for you being in a relegation battle. You're all at the top end of the table. How are you finding the experience?
No, I prefer the other experience to be fair, but yeah, it will be again a great achievement of this club. All the people who work so hard, also around the team to get the results we need, and for them, in principle, we do it.
Dick, Ronald Koeman has done an excellent job at Southampton this season. How much do you admire him?
Well, Ronald, and we know him quite well as a player and as a coach. He was a brilliant player, centre midfielder. He's a big pass, great player, and a very good coach. Where he's working, he's very successful, all over the world, all over Europe, and he's doing a great job by Southampton. So, in that way, I admire him very much.
Did you see qualities in him as a player that you thought he would go into management?
No, he was more or less the playmaker from the back, not from the front. He started the passes from the back. And if you see that kind of situation already, then you know that kind of people will become a coach.
In terms of team news for the weekends, Stephen Fletcher, how's he? He went for
No,
a scan?
he went for a scan, but he trained. He tried to train today with the physio, but he's still not fit enough to be in the squad.
Still hopeful that he could play a part if between now?
Maybe the last couple of games, but we cannot take any risk with him because this is the ankle where he got an operation. So, but he is training. That's important.
Wes Brown, any clue?
Well, Wes Brown is coming closer and closer. Today he was already training with the physio. Today he did a part of our training session, and tomorrow he will train, and on Sunday he gets some extra attention for us, and then we will see if he can play on Monday in the second team.